Dorothy, the fabled legendary American heroine, displays many epic hero qualities, maintaining archetypal standards. The first characteristic of heroine she displays is the mistake of running away, which ends up separating her from Auntie Em and Uncle Henry, initiating her arrival in the wonderful land of Oz. In Oz, the Munchkins and Glinda, the Good Witch, are her guides and mentors, another class trait of a hero, just as Odysseus has Athena or Mowgli has Baloo in Kipling's famed The Jungle Book. As Dorothy continues in her journey, she expands her posse of companionship, adding the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion. Dorothy shows courage in every aspect of the story, whether facing the tornado, going to meet the wizard, and finally completing the wizard's task of retrieving the witch's broom in her palace, almost facing death, which could be compared to characters in Greek mythology descending into the underworld. Finally,
And
Dorothy
think to
achieves her
yourself,
goal of returning
there's
home.
no place like home. There's no place like home.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Wake up, honey.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no.
The Wizard of Oz story includes multiple themes that are introduced through the motifs of virtue, childhood, the concept of good versus evil, self-sufficiency, and the importance or value of the journey. Dorothy and her friends express a steadfast perseverance as they travel through Emerald City, and the Munchkins and people of Emerald City work very diligently and cheerfully. Although the journey can sometimes be rough for Dorothy and her companions, and include many misadventures, they remain determined. These fine American virtues invoke the theme that hard work, perseverance, and determination are keys to achieving a central goal, which in the case of the Wizard of Oz was to get back home. Another theme present in the Wizard of Oz is invoked by the motif of childhood, which is that the curiosity and bold imagination of a child is sometimes necessary to withstand certain doubts when facing an arduous journey like Dorothy's. The concept of good and evil, which includes the legacy of the two good witches and the two wicked witches' legacy, invokes the theme that goodness in the face of evil can help someone realize their true calling, as Glinda the Good Witch does so with the Tin Woodman, Lion, and the Scarecrow. In the story, there is also the concept of self-sufficiency, which is first introduced with the Tin Woodman, the Lion, and the Scarecrow. Although the Tin Man asks for a heart, the Scarecrow for brains, and the Lion courage, it is clear throughout the whole journey that they each have these qualities, thus their ability to complete it successfully. This invokes the theme that it takes demonstration of your abilities through a real task, which in this case is getting home, for you to realize your true abilities. Finally, another important theme within the story has to do with the importance of the journey. Although Dorothy did not know about the fact that she could have gotten home all along if she had just known about her silver shoes, and her journey gave her more of an insight into herself and, as a child, navigate through the dangerous reality of an adult world.
The hero's journey starts in the quote-unquote ordinary world, and concurrently The Wizard of Oz does too, as it depicts a bleak and rundown black and white Kansas. Dorothy, the protagonist, lives with her Auntie Em and her Uncle Henry on a farm where everything seems mundane, routine, and overly simplistic. However, Dorothy longs for an exciting, colorful world somewhere over the rainbow. Soon after this opening, a vile woman named Miss Gulch rides over to Dorothy's farm with a warrant from the local sheriff to have Dorothy's beloved dog, Toto, euthanized for digging up her garden. This brings us to the next part of the hero's journey, the call to adventure. This action is that incites Dorothy to embark on her quest finding the fictitious utopia. It's this event that causes her to later run away, which makes her vulnerable during the tornado, which then takes her to Oz. The next topic in the hero's journey is the refusal of the call to adventure. This happens when Dorothy finds out that Auntie Em is seriously ill from Professor Marvel. When she is running away, she is attempting to find that special place over the rainbow, but when she tries to return home, she is giving up her quest of finding sanctuary. Little does she know this is what inevitably transports her there. Soon after Dorothy lands in Oz, she is greeted by her main mentor, Glinda, the Good Witch of the North. Throughout the story, Glinda advises and helps Dorothy overcome all of her obstacles. Furthermore, she is the one who facilitates Dorothy's ultimate journey home. Next in the hero's journey is the crossing of the first threshold. The first threshold for Dorothy is her first steps on the yellow brick road. This symbolizes her overcoming her initial shock and fear and committing to embark on her adventure home. Fast forward through half of the movie and we encounter the next part of the hero's journey, the approach to the inmost cave. For Dorothy, the approach to the inmost cave occurs in the witch's castle where she is forced to choose between giving up her magic slippers or Toto. For Dorothy, this is a huge ethical dilemma, where if she gives up the slippers, then she subjects the whole Empire of Oz to suffering, whereas Toto is her best friend and would do anything for her. Just after the witch attempts to torch the Scarecrow and lights him on fire, Dorothy reacts in an attempt to save him and throws water on the fire to put it out. It also gets on the witch, and then she melts into a puddle on the floor. This ordeal, in other words, is the final battle where good relinquishes evil and our hero Dorothy emerges victorious. Thus we come to the reward in the hero's journey. This comes when the wizard gives the Scarecrow, the Lion, and the Tin Man their rewards: the degree, the Medal of Valor, and the ticking heart. Dorothy thinks her reward is her way back to Kansas. However, her true reward is the knowledge and maturity she gains from this experience.
Follow the yellow brick road. 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 Follow